this one, we're going to be taking a look at this Solar AB1.7BOP. So this is the first time I have ever owned a Solar guitar. I had some certain reservations about the brand before purchasing this guitar because naturally I have, heard and seen sort of the horror stories about Solar with their QC and everything like that, like their V guitars literally splitting down the middle of the body, which is terrible. But I gave them a shot anyway, and I was not disappointed by this guitar, so let's get into it and tell you all about the specs. So this is an AB1.7BOP, which stands for Black Open Pore. You can see the swamp ash body with the open green sort of finish on both the front and the back. I think it looks super cool, and this is from their Artist series. Essentially what that is how Ola England would spec out a signature guitar for himself. So it's effectively the Ola England signature guitar from Solar Guitars, which he owns, but it's not called an Ola England signature guitar because that would be kind of self-serving, wouldn't it? It would be like if every Abazi guitar that came out was called the Tosin Abazi signature yada 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 Laredo something or other. It would just be a little bit self-serving if every guitar was called a signature model. So this is the Artist series. It is not an Ola England signature, but it is. And it has Solar branded locking tuners, roasted maple neck and fretboard, graphite nut, 24 stainless steel frets, again that swamp ash body. We have a Seymour Duncan Solar stacked single coil in the neck and a Duncan Solar bridge pickup humbucker. I don't know if there's a particular model name, but it's just a Duncan Solar. We have a single volume with push-pull and a 3-way selector switch and an Evertune bridge. So this is the first time I've ever owned a guitar with an Evertune, and it's super cool, and I'll go more in depth with that as I go. So the Evertune bridge, essentially what it is a bridge system that functions using springs in the back of the guitar, similar to a tremolo bridge, but it's not a tremolo, it's a fixed bridge, that essentially uses the tension of the springs and balanced with the tension of the strings to keep your guitar perfectly in tune all the time, 24/7. It's rocket science to me. I'm sure it's a lot more complicated than I can actually explain, but it's super cool, super expensive piece of hardware. I think if you want to get like a guitar installed with an Evertune, it's something like $400 to $600, including the price of the bridge and installation. It's very expensive, but it's effectively keeping your guitar in perfect tune all the time. So I ordered this guitar, bought it secondhand from Reverb, got a really good deal on it, which, always super proud and happy to get a good deal on something. And yeah, it came set up in drop A, and I think I tuned it once just to sort of incredulously believe that there's no way this guitar is perfectly in tune after getting shipped halfway across the country. But it was pretty much perfectly in tune out of the box when I got it, and I don't think I've ever tuned it since, and it's still perfectly in drop A. So yeah, I really can't speak too much on it other than the fact that it is keeping the guitar in perfect tune. I've seen videos of people grabbing it by the strings and literally holding it up by the strings. I won't do that because I'm not brave enough for that, but I'm sure the Evertune could handle it. And I've heard some people sort of have doubts about the Evertune, and I think those doubts are kind of unfounded. I think, people say, well, can you bend on it if it's keeping everything perfectly in tune? You can bend, you can set it up to do that. There's like 3 different zones with the tuning. So when it's in zone 2, it won't bend at all. Like, no change in pitch, even though I'm doing vibrato on there. But you can set it up to bend, and you can set it up to do bends and everything like that in zone 3. So I think it's super cool. It has a lot of different functions, whether you're touring or in the studio. I think it is just a really cool system that helps keep things nice and consistent. no matter what you're doing. What is that? I thought FedEx man was here delivering my guitar, but I was So yeah, onto the sort of dreaded sort of like QC rundown. You know, again, I've seen all the horror stories of you know, people's logos peeling off on Solars, or bad fretwork, or the body's literally splitting in half, which is terrifying. That being said, I've had zero issues with this guitar, even though I bought it secondhand. It came to me in great condition. Cosmetically, the only damage from the previous owner were some pick scratches over by the neck pickup, but other than that, the only like notable like aesthetic fault with this guitar is this little spot right here. I'll sort of try and catch that on the B-roll when I shoot that. But there's just like a little spot where it looks like there might have been like a paint drip or something like that that got sanded out, but didn't get sanded out all the way. But other than that, no. This guitar aesthetically is very beautiful. The C profile of the neck is sort of, it feels thicker, not like thicker, but like wider than I'm used to. And I don't know if that's just because it's been a minute since I've played a 7-string guitar, but it does feel nice and comfy in the hands, just a bit wider than probably some of the other 7-strings I've tried out before. And yeah, Solar locking tuners, no issues there. I mean, I feel like you probably shouldn't have any issues with the tuners when you have an Evertune on it. I think that the pickup combo is really cool. Again, I don't really know the extent to which you know, Seymour Duncan collabed with Ola on these pickups. You know, whether it's similar to the Duncan designed pickups that go in Squire guitars. But I really like this pickup combo because I barely ever use a neck humbucker, especially with extended range stuff. I much prefer a single coil up there, so it's a really cool pickup combo, and I think these pickups sound great. I use this for a lot of cleans, and obviously the chugs. Use the bridge pickup a lot for, you know, really nice tight chugs, palm mutes, searing leads, everything like that. And just for added versatility, there is a series parallel switch on the volume knob. So it's push-pull, and you can do series and parallel, which adds a lot of awesome versatility to the instrument. So yeah, overall my thoughts on the Solar AB1.7BOP is that it's a very well-crafted instrument. I have had no issues with it in terms of playability, aesthetics, anything like that. It is a very wonderful guitar to play. I'm enjoying the hell out of the Everton Bridge. I think it's such an awesome tool. Probably gonna need to get a 6-string with an Evertune for studio work. My only real complaint about this guitar is the location of the strap button is right here, and it comes with strap locks. So it sits quite high off the body, and I've had issues with this strap lock right here jabbing into me while I'm playing. So I would have probably preferred to see them put it up here and sort of do what Jackson have done with some of the HT7 models, where this part of the body sort of is enlarged, like there's sort of a, you know, gosh, I don't really know what to call it, but you know, I'll try and throw up a picture where essentially you can see that the strap button is in this location on the upper horn, and the area around it, there's a bit more wood, so it has a bit more to grip onto, so it isn't pulling out of the guitar. So that's my only real complaint about this guitar, is that the strap lock pokes me in the chest sometimes while I'm playing, and it kind of hurts. But other than that, I think this is a wonderful guitar, and I think it sounds tremendous. Hope you guys have enjoyed watching, and I will see y'all on the next one. Peace.